What is guys, it is Kevin here, and today I want to show you some ways you could spice up your teaching for students and have them have some fun. Let me move my mouse here first of all. Today I want to talk about chords. Now I learned chord progressions during college when I studied songwriting and when I studied music theory, and I think this would be an absolute fantastic way to teach not only younger students but also older students. Whatever age level, they'll probably have a song that they have in mind they want to play that fits into what I'm talking about today. I'm going to keep my video today solely based off of the C major scale, just because it doesn't involve sharps and flats. But of course, the music I'm demoing does not all fit in the C major. Let's first of all take a look at C major scale. You have C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And we're going to name it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in that fashion, as you'll see now in the chord charts. Even though this is a chord charts, but the notes still fit relatively the same. And we're going to give it Roman numerals of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Of course, in this chart, I also put Arabic numbers on the left, just in case you or your students don't know Roman numerals as much. This will also work out. Now, we have 7 chords. And each of them is based off of your home note that you're planning to play. So for C, we start on C, and then D, E, F, G, A, B. I'm mainly going to be teaching you how to interchange between the chord progressions. So if you do want to learn how to play these chords, you may show students triads. That's all. Let's take a look now at your first chord progression. Well, what is chord progression, first of all, before I get into talking about how to transition between the chords? Chord progression is a sequence of chords that you apply to a song. Whether if it's Journey, Don't Stop Believing, Let It Be by the Beatles, Someone You Love by Lewis Capaldi, Time to Say Goodbye, the opera, or Heart and Soul. They all use chord progressions. And the first one I'm going to talk about is called the popular chord progression, which is your 1, 5, 6, and 4. As you can see in the charts here, the 1, 5, 6, and 4 sounds like this. Your C is first, your 5, which is your G, your 6 is your A, and your 4 is your F. For this specific one, going up or down depends solely on the student's preference. You may choose to teach them the way you like, going up or down, but preferably going up, 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 and down. That'll make your playing a lot easier. Let's first of all play each of these chords 4 times. How's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. And a lot of the popular songs use it. Now, if your students are just about at this level, just teach them how to play the 4 chords and they can sing along to it. If your student is slightly more advanced and Ed is able to play both hands together in different positions other than, all being in C, you can teach them how to apply left hand as well. And the trick to that is whatever chord your right hand is playing, say you're playing C chord, your left hand plays the note, C note. And to avoid excessive shifting for both of your hands, you might want your student's left hand to be on the F position. Of course, for you musicians out there, F position has a B flat. But because we're in the C major, so B flat becomes natural. So your left hand is on F position, right hand on C position. And we're going to do the same thing again, your 1 chord. 2, 3, 4. Now we're playing G now, so we're going to play the G note. 2, 3, 4. And then A with the A note. And there you go. Let me just adjust the camera of this a little bit so you can still see the full keys. There's your 1, 5, 6, 4 chord progression. C, G, A, F. Let me demonstrate a few songs that utilizes this, both old classics and newer songs. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. By the way, before I continue on, what's on the right hand is more if students want to learn it. they may have to do it on their own because the right hand is harder to teach. It's more of the melody stuff. I'm only here to demonstrate the chords. Let's continue on. Just a few of these sounds that you could teach your students utilizing the chords. And of course, I showed you both. If I were to go downwards, like this. Wait. There we go. Or if we were to go upwards. Yes, just like that. I'm going to first of all continue on to the next chord progression, which is going to be the 1, the 6, the 4, and the 5. And at the end of that chord progression, I'll teach you a couple ways you can teach your students to make it more interesting. Here we are with the 1, 6, and 4, and 5 chord progression. Another very interesting and common chord progression we use in music. Lucky for you and your students, we're in the same 4 chords. We just got to switch up the order of it. So instead of going 1, 5, 6, 4, you're going to go 1, 6, 5, 4, 5. Already sounds like something for you little kids? Anyways, you may choose to add your left hand again, as per usual, with the C, A, F, G. Some of the other popular music that also uses this, if you know Lady Gaga's Million Reasons. Anyways, that is your 1, 6, 4, and 5. I will get to one last chord progression later, but let's first of all talk about some ways you could teach your students how to spice up these chords a little bit. I'll start off with the easy ones, and then I'll go up the level, and you decide based off of your student's ability. And first of all, you can play your left hand for 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can play your right hand every 2 beats, 1, 2. Likewise, you can teach your students how to play broken chords. For example, or like Adele versions, Someone Like You kind of a chord progression, 1, 3, 5, 3. All based off of your student's ability. And this is falling down again. And if your students are truly good enough, you can even teach them inversions of the chords. Remember, inversions of the chords, I'm not going to explain too much, except you just got to make sure you have the 3 notes. So if it's C, E, G, we can move the C to the right side. We can move again E to the right side. That's your 3 chords. So then, that not only helps you spice up your chords. For example, I could play like if you're really, really good enough, or you can just avoid excessive shifting. For example, here's C. G, we could play like this now, right? We still got G, B, D, except it's in B, D, G now. And then A. And then F like this. So see? Versus a lot less shifting involved, right? So, bonus round. If you want to teach really your most advanced students, or in your cases, if students are in level 4A or Faber 5 and stuff like that, or maybe even 3A, 3B, you could teach them the canon chord progression. And the canon chord progression is a chord progression based off of Pachelbel's canon, which originally would be like this. But of course, I'll transpose it to C again, so you can see that chord progression will be a lot easier for your students. For this one, unfortunately, I won't be able to provide a chart with the sequence of the chords. You might have to just look back and see and have the students figure out themselves, mainly because there are 8 chords and some of them are duplicates. It's your 1 chord, 5, 6, 3, 4, 1, 4, 5. Which of course, I'm not going to explain a lot. It happens in music such as Memories by Maroon 5. Or if you're a little bit older, you might recognize Machine Gun Kelly, Camila Cabello, Bad Things. Or the Vitamin C, Friends Forever. And there you go. That's just a couple ways you could teach your students and make their classes a lot more fun rather than just learning what's in the book. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and in the next one, I'll hopefully show you a couple more chords, ways to play the chords that can help you teach your students. And this is Kevin here. I'll see you next time.